Morning, children. Today we are going to do the long answers, discuss the long answers of the chapter Fire and Ice. The first question is, what deep meaning does the poem Fire and Ice carry in it? We know that fire and ice symbolizes so many things. They stand for something else. And here in this answer, we have to discuss about it. The poet has compared fire to the dark side of humanity. That is hatred and lust. According to the poet, lust is a greater evil. Desire or lust is the cause of war. Hatred is also harmful. So the poem represents the two evils, hatred and lust, which lead to the destruction of the world. According to the poet, fire stands for desire, greed, and avarice. The more you try to satisfy them, the more they grow. There is no end to it. They spread like fire and ruins one's life. On the other hand, ice stands for hatred, coldness, rigidity. One becomes insensitive and indifferent towards the feeling of others. The poet says that both fire and ice are growing with such a rapid speed that the world will soon perish either way, in fire or ice. So this is your first answer. Now we come to the second one. Why does the poet hold with those who favor fire? Now there are two sides here. Some people hold the view that the world will end with fire, and some people hold the view that it will end with fire. But the poet says that he thinks that he knows enough about fire, and he sides with those people. So this is your answer. The poet takes side of those who believe that the world will be destroyed by fire. So the poet takes side of those who believe that the world will be destroyed by fire. Robert Frost connects fire with desire. According to the poet, desire is powerful and can bring quick end. Now when we have a desire or passion for something, that whatever happens, we need to get that, and that is what brings the end. Moreover, the fact that he has had personal experience with desire leads him to first conclude that the world will end with fire. He has a personal experience with desire, that how unlimited desire, unchecked desire can lead to disaster, can lead to end. And he has a personal experience about desire, and so he can very well say, or he can side with people who say that the world will end with fire. To say that for destruction, ice is also great for the poet. What does ice stand for? How is it sufficient to bring destruction? This is question number 3. To say that for destruction, ice is also great for the poet. What does ice stand for? How is it sufficient to bring? In the second part of the poem, he says that it's not only fire that will bring an end to the world, but also ice. So in this answer, we have to explain that why does the poet say that ice can also bring about an end? Ice symbolizes hatred. Hate is just as powerful as desire. So hatred is as powerful as desire, unlimited desire, unchecked desire, unbridled desire. So hate is as good as that. While desire consumes quickly, hate can occur and linger, or that means stay, in a person's mind and hearts for years and sometimes even lifetime. So when there's hatred, the person who's hating someone or something, it causes destruction to that person, and also to the other person who is being hated, destruction is caused to him. So hate is something which causes destruction to both the person who is hating and the person who is being hated. and it can stay in people's mind and hearts for years and sometimes even a lifetime. Hate consumes the hater, perhaps even more than person hated, and it can ruin lives. Yes. So hate can consume the hater. If I have got hate inside me, then I will be consumed. I will be finished first because of this negative quality, and then the person whom I'm hating. So both of us will be affected by hate. Hate can thus be very destructive and sufficient to bring destruction, and it is enough to cause the destruction of a person or destruction of this world. I told you that when we are talking about the world, it is not just the world that we are talking. It can also, the world can also, the world also symbolizes a person or oneself. But now we come to question number 4. This is question number 4. But if it had to perish twice, how will the world perish twice? There's a line there. But if it, that means if the world had to perish, end twice, how will the world perish twice? The question is, how will the world, if it has already ended once, how is it going to end the second time? The answer is, according to the poet, the world will end due to fire, which symbolizes desire. But if the world had to end twice, then it will be due to hatred, symbolized by ice. This hatred will end the world. So what does he say? That if the first time the world is going to end because of fire, because of greed, because of desire, unlimited desire, unbridled desire. But the second time, suppose the earth gets a chance, or by chance if it ends for the second time, then the second time it's not going to be by fire, but it is going to be by hatred. People will hate each other so much that they will cause destruction of this world, destruction of themselves, and destruction of each other. Now the next question is question number 5. We come to question number 5. Which age-old question does the poem revolves around? What's the question around which this poem is? The answer is, the poem revolves around the age-old question of whether the world will end in fire or ice. There's always been a question and a prediction. Some say that the world will end in ice, and some say the world will end in fire. So, whether the world will end in fire or ice. This is similar to age-old questions, whether the world will end due to another ice age, or will it end because of devastating fire. The poet determines that either option would achieve its purpose sufficiently well. And the poet says that whether it is ice, whether it is greed, whether it is unlimited desire, or whether it is hatred, coldness, indifference, not being bothered about others, both of them are going to bring an end to this world. Now, question number 6. How does the use of language help in making the poem effective and meaningful? What kind of language has Robert Frost used in the poem? Poet chooses words from the everyday talk, common words. The poem is full of colloquial, local tone and conversational language. The contrast between simple and precise vocabulary and the gravity of its subject makes the poem serious and meaningful. Though the word is very light, though the language is very simple, but because of the subject, because of the contrast between the ice and fire, something which is hot and something which is cold, it has made the poem serious and meaningful. Now we come to question number 7. How does the poem depict the two contrasting ideas, fire and ice? The two contrasting ideas, they are contrast, but how they are brought together in this poem. Both of them are opposite in nature, but yet they seem to be similar while talking about destruction. Answer is, in the poem, Robert Frost refers to two contrasting ideas, fire and ice, as prediction of how the world will end. According to him, some people say that the world will end in a fire, while some say that this will end in ice. Both desire, and hatred are growing with such a rapid speed that the world will come to an end either ways. I hope you have understood the answers and you will be able to write whatever answers is given to you based on this poem. Thank you very much.